Welcome, Leo, to High Priestess Influence and your general weekly tarot reading. That's for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for approximately January 20th through the 26th. Of course, dates are approximate and general. You may find resonance with this message whenever you view it. You may find none at all since it's general, but never put anyone else's judgment above your own. And what we have here, Leo, are the major arcana cards and the minor arcana cards and the major arcana cards. From the minor, we want the physical, mental, and spiritual realms that represent this week, and then the overall energy from the major. But while we do the card selection, I just want to share with you what came to me in my meditation before this reading. And, this again is also general and will not resonate with everyone, but just take a listen, I guess, while we do the card selection. You might find yourself going along on your path. Our candle went out. Let's see what that means, Leo. Going along on your path, or you may even have started experiencing this already, and it's kind of like you're kind of like, I felt like either on a horse, like the galloping, or driving in a car, and the road is like ba-bump, 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 and like kind of you're just going along on your kind of like merry, steady way. When someone needs your help or your attention, your guidance, and you get off your path to help that person, and that's all well and good. And I got the expression, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. Yet I feel as though the person does, like, say, take your advice or listen to your guidance or what have you. But whether or not they do, whether the horse drinks the water or not, you've done your part, and like you're just going to get back to what you were doing, to your path. So I guess that's too many cards. I guess I would say, don't, if you find yourself kind of having to get off of your path to maybe assist someone else, try to remember this and know that all is well. Now, this could be a big deal, like you're going down your path, your career path, and then, a loved one needs you, and you need to like kind of like take a leave of absence or something from what you're doing. But, or it could be as simple as, you're at work this week, and one day you're kind of like, all, blinders on, you're working on a project, you're really making progress. And then a coworker, needs some assistance. Maybe someone new needs some guidance or something like that. It could be as simple as that. But that's what I got for you, Leo. So let's take a look at what's going on here in your physical realm, your mental realm, and your spiritual realm, Leo. I do love that you have the Judgment card. Beautiful. But we'll get to that in a moment. You have only one card here in your physical realm, Leo, with the King of Wands reversed here, Leo. It's kind of like, this could be related to you being disrupted from your path, right? You were doing so well, going along steadily, making progress, and you get interrupted. So this actually could go along with the other message here. It's interesting that only the King of Wands reversed jumped out all by itself. So it's meant to be general. So Leo, I feel like this is you who is normally like at the top of your game, normally in charge, normally in alignment with everything that's going on in your life and around you. I mean, I don't mean every moment of the day, that's not, or every moment of your life. I mean, that's not the human experience, but, in general, like going along, bipping along, bebopping, like just being you. But you might find yourself like a little out of sorts this week. And again, nothing specific happening in your physical realm here. Well, I'm sure there might be something specific happening in your physical realm, but this is a general reading. So nothing specific here to indicate what throws you off your game. And actually, in your mental realm, there's nothing specific here to tell you what's throwing you off your game either. You might find yourself doing a little daydreaming this week. And you know what? That's always good as long as the daydreaming is positive. If you are having positive thoughts about what you might want to do next, what direction you want to go in, where you see your future, if it's positive and the expectations and the beliefs are positive, if the outlook is good, then that's all well and good. I like that energy, and I do feel like it's positive here with the Two of Wands. And some of you might be specifically thinking about making a big move, taking a trip, or deciding whether you should stay put or move on. So there's some contemplating going on, some should I do this or that going on. And you don't want to let your mind get involved in your decision making and overthink things for you, because then you're just all over the place and it's so hard to know. But if this is like dreamy positive contemplation here, then that energy is wonderful. And I feel like it is, with the wands and all, the fiery inspiration. And it's kind of like you are like looking at yourself here, daydreaming and being positive. You know what it is? I'm thinking this week you're feeling a little off and you're feeling like, I'm not sure I want to stay where I am. What that specifically means, I'm not sure. Could be, again, your career, your job. It even could be a relationship, but I'm not sure I want to stay where I am or be the way I am or be doing what I'm doing. But let me contemplate it. Let me daydream about it. Let me gin up some inspiration about it. So, okay. In your message from the spiritual realm, you have the Seven of Wands followed by the King of Cups. Okay, so immediately with the Seven of Wands here, I feel like the universe is telling you, you're up to anything, Leo. You're up to anything. Whatever you decide you want to do, whatever you, quote unquote, put your mind to, well, once you make your decision, then you put your mind to it. But whatever you want to do, you're up to the challenge. You can take on anything. You are powerful and inspired and inspirational. And, I feel like the universe is telling you can do whatever you want to do, Leo. And with the King of Cups here in the message from the spiritual realm also, I don't feel like this is a reference to someone else. I mean, if it is for you, it is a general reading, you'll know that, it's possible to water sign or just someone who is emotionally supportive. But really what I'm feeling here, Leo, is you start here out of sorts during the week and you're working, but you're working on getting inspired. And the universe is telling you here, yes, you're up to it. You can do whatever you want. You're up to any challenge you'd like to take on. And I feel like this is an acknowledgement of your emotional alignment. I feel like you're an acknowledgement of your emotional alignment. I mean, the majority of the beings on Earth here, and I mean human beings, are designed to experience emotional waves. And it may just be that you're in a dip this week, an emotional dip for no reason at all. I mean, there are no cards here to indicate anything other than maybe that normal emotional dip. Now, not every single one of you experiences this, but the majority of the people do. So see if you recognize this. Sometimes, Leo, you're in a bad mood for no reason, and sometimes you're in a great mood for no reason. And Then there are the in-betweens, the way up and the way down. The neutral zone also. And you might just be at a low point in your emotional wave, but the universe is like, yeah, don't worry about it, Leo. You know you're coming back. You know you'll come back up. You know you will become emotionally aligned again, and you'll and Leo, when you get through your emotional wave, when you make it through the cycle of your emotional wave, you will have clarity about what you want and where you want to go. And that makes so much sense with the Judgment card as the overall energy, right? This is the card of like shedding the old skin, leaving behind any old judgments, basically, whether it's judgment of yourself, judgment of others, judgments that others have put upon you, there are others' judgments of you. Whatever that is, it's like you are, shedding your skin and having a rebirth. So this is like, the energy of a fresh new start, a rebirth, a shedding of the skin, almost like even like a butterfly, coming out of the cocoon, like a new you, Leo. So that's really, really wonderful, wonderful energy here, my Leo friends. So, if this message does relate to the previous message from the one from my meditation, it is possible that, something throws you off this week, someone interrupts your flow, you need to get re-inspired, you're up to the challenge, you get back on track, you gain your emotional clarity, and you start fresh. It is possible, even for some of you, that if you've been thrown off your path because you had to step off to help someone else, maybe in a big way, and it took you way off your path, it's possible with that Judgment energy here that we're talking about a really major fresh start for you. Let's say, for example, you had to take a leave of absence from your job to care for a loved one or something, and now instead of going back, you may be starting something brand new. You may be going a totally different direction, or starting your own business in the same field, or whatever. That's an example of a big example of being taken off of your path. But the good thing to know, Leo, is that everything is always working out for us, even when we don't realize it. I'm sure you can think back to examples of times when you thought, oh my God, this is terrible, this is the worst thing. But then you look back and you realize, wow, if that hadn't happened, it wouldn't have led me in this direction or that direction. I mean, if you really think about it, there were probably countless examples of that. I mean, a bunch of them in my own life and in the lives of loved ones just come to mind, like, just even someone breaks up with you and you think it's the end of the world. But then if you had stayed with that person and even married that person, then maybe you wouldn't have met the next person who was really the right person. Or even if that wasn't the right person, that was the parent of your child, you wouldn't have had that child. You see what I'm saying? Like, so many times in the moment, we think that things aren't going our way when they really, really are. And so that might be, on a small scale, you might be experiencing that here during this week with the King of Wands reversed. But all of the energy really is fabulous. I love it all. I mean, it's really just you feeling a little out of sorts. But again, I think it's an emotional dip, and I really think that because of the King of Cups being here as part of the spiritual message, right? I mean, the King of Cups is extremely emotionally aligned. He's in touch with his emotions, and he's got control over them, and he's got clarity. He's got emotional clarity. So, okay, my Leo friends, listen, it is a general reading. It may not have resonated with you. Or if you are looking for additional clarity, you might find it in your moon and rising signs, or maybe they'll resonate with you even more than this one did. So you might want to go to High Priestess Influence and check those out. Either way, I want to thank you for being with me. Thank you for your support. In fact, an easy way for you to support this channel would be by liking it and or subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. But I do want to thank you for being with me, Leo. I hope you have a fabulous week ahead, full of inspiration and positive emotions. And I hope to see you back with me again next week, my Leo friends.